And I already put something.
Number one selling weight loss supplement brand with a variety of weight loss formats to suit your lifestyle. It's always like this: free delivery, 60 days to return. We need to talk about that.
Why?
Because that's how they get you with the ads. It's like, buy two, get one free, or $19.99, free shipping and handling.
Okay.
That's how you know this
And I do have a story.
Cool. Like, that's how you know this is diet culture. It's like, that wouldn't, if it was that quickly, then why would they need to keep producing it? Like, it doesn't, if it works.
Well, and that's why it's diet culture.
Yeah.
Because you have to stay on it.
Right.
Guess what, guys?
We're not doctors.
No, we are not.
If you're going to be making any major medical decisions, please consult your doctor.
That includes diets, exercise, medications, and surgery.
We love you guys.
And we want you to continue to be in our OSLP family forever.
So be careful and consult your doctors. Have you heard of ProCare, or just have you been living under a rock?
ProCare is the very first bariatric multivitamin to develop a one-a-day vitamin. That's right, you heard it correctly. One a day. And they also have delicious dark chocolate calciums that are available during the winter months.
That's right. So go to procarenow.com, get your calcium chews, get your multivitamin, and use OSLP for a discount.
Who else feels like portion control is the number one hurdle in a weight loss journey?
I know I do, but that is why we go to Portion Perfection to get all of our needs met, because they have cups, they have bowls, and they even have recipes for us. It's so nice.
They also have the kit and carry, which is perfect for on-the-go portion control. So click the link below and get yours today.
Are you located in the Florida area?
Well, we have the perfect office for you. Dr. Fridley and his wife, Macy, have created the perfect, welcoming, and safe place for your bariatric journey.
That's right. So click on the link below to start your weight loss journey now. And don't forget to tell them that the OSLP's girls sent you.
Welcome back, OSLP family!
Yeah. Welcome.
You are listening to our Sleeve Life podcast, and this is Kelly.
This is Mel.
And the award show is right around the corner.
It literally is.
It's like,
like 13 days from when this airs?
Yeah, maybe even less.
Maybe a little bit less.
I didn't look at the calendar, but
it's pretty fucking close.
It is very close. So we want to remind you to go get your tickets at jbyawards.com. If you can't be there in person, which we want everybody to be there in person, but we understand, that is why we created the live stream option for free. You don't have to pay anything. You just hop on, but you do need to register for it.
Yeah.
And part of that registering is going to the website.
Yes, it's jbyawards.com. And when you register for that, it'll come with your digital swag bag.
Yes.
It's going to ask your information, and then you're going to get opened up to all the sponsors that have put something in there for you. Mm-hmm. There's discounts, there's ebooks, there's just random swag. So we want to make sure you guys felt a part of it, because even from home, we're going to have best dressed from home. You just tag us, put us in the stories, and then we get to send you out an award for later on.
And make sure to tag our Sleeve Life podcast, and then also tag Just Be You Bariatric Awards.
That is correct.
We need to have both of those tagged in order for you to enter the giveaway. And what do they win if they win the?
So they win two things. One, you will actually get an award by us saying Best Dressed from Home.
Yes.
With your name on it.
Yes.
Sponsored by ProCare.
Yes.
And then the second thing is actually you're going to get a free ticket to the next JBY. So you don't have to worry about your entry. We got you covered.
Yes.
So that's going to be very cool for you three.
Speaking of sponsors, we want to send a big thank you out to, of course, first and foremost, ProCare. They are our top sponsor this year. They make it possible for us to do things like this. So thank you very much, ProCare.
And we want to say thank you to Dr. Fridley over at SABP, which is Surgical Associates of Bayonet Point. Their office is fucking amazing, and he just wants to take care of you. So if you're in the Florida area, definitely look them up. Their link is in our bio. Just tell them the girls sent you, and they're going to take really good care of you.
Yeah, and we've actually been to their office.
Yeah,
and it's amazing. We love it. And we got to do some fun stuff, which we are going to share here very soon, because we do love them for being a sponsor of the show.
We do.
For the second year running.
Yeah.
Next, we want to thank of course, Jamie, the sleeve dietitian, she runs the tribe. It is a place where you can feel comfortable. You can feel like you can handle this journey.
It's definitely a safe place. Mm-hmm. She has actual support meetings every single day.
There's actually up to 40. Mm-hmm. It's crazy how many she offers.
So whatever you need, it's there.
It's there.
It's there. And that was what I loved most is that not only are we friends with her, but the fact of she takes care of the bariatric community. So
yes.
Those are our favorite people. If you haven't noticed, that's what we want to be at Just Be You, are those that want to help us and you.
Correct.
The next one is Dive Bar.
Yeah.
So what's really fun about Dive Bar is the fact of if you're if you come in person, they're taking over the intermission time.
They are taking over intermission.
So there are going to be some interactive things with them. So that's why we really, really love for you to be there in person. Just because there's going to be a lot of interaction with the crowd. Mm-hmm. So that way you guys feel involved while you're physically sitting there. And then you're going to have, you can see it at home.
Yes.
Do the live show. But Dive Bar, thank you so much, Phil, for sponsoring us. Because those protein bars are delicious. They have caffeine in them too. And I love having them around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Because I need that little pick me up to get me to the other side.
Yes. Next up is Body Map. And Body Map, if you have not heard of Body Map, you need to look them up right now. They have an app that actually scans your body and gives you your measurements. What? No
wild.
More old school, tape measure, trying to figure it out. No, they've taken care of you. It is only on Apple right now, but they are working towards getting it on Android. And
really, that's Android's fault. You need a retinal scanner.
Yes.
And you know who has that? Apple. So Samsung, get your fucking shit together.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And next up, we want to give a big thank you to Fusion.
Yes. Bariatric Fusion.
Yes. They are also a vitamin company, and they are actually, I've tried their stuff. It's delicious. Love their calcium chews. Yep. They're always constantly innovating and bringing new things in. So thank you to Fusion.
Yes. And here's one of my favorites. It's Find a Bariatric Therapist, which is with Ashlyn Douglas. She's actually been on the podcast 3 different times.
I feel like it's been more than that.
I know. She's just a wealth of knowledge. And all she wants to do, again, is to take care of us and figure out how to find you a therapist no matter what state you're in. So that's why this website, it launched a few months ago. And she is literally tracking people down, making sure they get into the system. So that way, Joe Smo like us in Oregon can be like, I need a therapist. How do I find one? You literally just go to findabariatrictherapist.com.
Yeah.
So thank you, Ashlyn. She is sponsoring the whole wellness morning.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Tell them about the cool stuff they get in the wellness morning.
Wellness morning is a yoga class, a sound bath class. And then also there are 4 different workouts, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday.
That's right.
And they're both or all 4 of them are in the morning, obviously, wellness morning. If you would like to join any of those, just go again to jbyawards.com and go to tickets and then scroll down. All the information's right there.
It's super nice.
Yes.
It's super easy.
It is super easy. And we want to thank the different organizations that have given us their stamp of approval. That's and right. That includes the TRIO Foundation, formerly the ASMBS Foundation, That's right. ASMBS themselves, and then also WLSFA. Yes. WLSFA.
Yeah, you got it, girl. Okay. You got it.
I felt like I slurred it a little bit. They have given us their stamp of approval, and it means the world to us because they know that we are going to actually put on a good event.
That's right. They want to make sure that you guys get the best quality. And they actually were like, yeah, of course. You guys put on good stuff. We're like, oh my God, thank you.
Yes. So thank you to all of our sponsors. And now let's get into our show.
We forgot a sponsor.
What sponsor?
Sequence.
Oh my gosh!
Join Sequence. Oh my goodness. Like Kelly's
How
on
did I
Sequence.
forget about Sequence?
I just signed up for Sequence.
It's like I need a list stamped to my forehead.
No, but they are incredible because they literally help you find medications that can actually help your journey on your weight loss journey.
Yes.
And you sign up with them. I literally just did this last, few days ago?
Yeah.
So literally you type in joinsequence.com or click our link so you can get a little special.
A little discount.
A little discount on that.
Yeah.
And you just answer 5 or 6 questions. And then the one thing that helped me, halted me was the fact I needed blood work done. So I clicked that. And you know how quick it was? They were like, they went by your address. and then they found the actual, like, the closest lab to you, send your shit over there, and then it was done within 24 hours. Like, you took me.
Yeah.
And now I'm just waiting on my results. It takes another 24 hours, and then they're going to go over it with me and then tell me which medicines I should take.
Yes. They make it very seamless, very easy to sign up. And then they also have in their program, you get a dietitian.
Yeah.
You have workouts available to you. You can talk to your physician at any time.
Yeah, there's modules.
There are modules. So they make it very seamless, very easy. We trust them. We have worked with them. We have talked to one of their dietitians on the podcast, Summer, and we just adore them. And I've been with them for almost a year now.
I know.
It's crazy that it's going to be a year, but I am down 54 pounds.
Hell yeah, girl. Boom.
Yeah. So get over there. Sequence. Thank you, Sequence. Join sequence.com.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. Now you need to, while you're on your computer, because you're doing all these things, you need to go over to patreon.com/OSLP. And I'm going to put my phone on, or my computer on Do Not Disturb here in a second. But on Patreon, we have a special support group. It is welcome to anybody, men, women, older, younger, whatever you need, you can join at any time. It is called the Winner's Bench, more fondly known as our Benchies.
That's right.
And the support group is a very welcoming and just a great place to be. We've heard on several accounts that people have left all the other Facebook groups, the nightmare Facebook groups, and just stayed in ours because it is just amazing.
Well, and we're in there. They're helping each other. They're helping us. And we really enjoy having them because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be around.
Correct.
So we wouldn't be able to do the things that we get to do. And they also get benefits because they get episodes early. They definitely get a Patreon, like it's called That's What She Said Corner from Mel and Kel.
Yep.
And they get Zoom calls. So there's just so many benefits of being a part of this. And of course, I'm going to go right back to Just Be You because guess what? The Benchies get their own brunch for free on Sunday, the day after the show.
Yep.
So.
And they got discounts on their tickets.
Exactly.
So there are so many benefits to being a Patreon.
Yeah, they even
Patreon member.
Access to the tickets early too.
They did.
So that's why we encourage it.
Yes.
But if you need a free way to support us, we definitely understand it. Times are tough. So go over to YouTube. It's on your phone. Preloaded. I know it is. Preloaded. It came on mine preloaded.
Yep.
Click it and you type in Honestly Live Podcast and you just hit the bell and the subscribe button. And then you're going to get videos like these every single Tuesday.
Yes.
With our pretty little faces.
Okay. Now can we talk about the episode?
Yes.
Okay. So this episode, we were actually talking last weekend at a barbecue. Yep. My bonus kid, Chloe, turned 15. And so we had a birthday barbecue.
Yes,
and we were discussing diet culture. We were discussing how it goes back. So we were like, you know what? We need to talk about this on the podcast because this is important for us to talk about.
Yeah, because it hasn't been around forever, as everyone thinks. Like, diet culture really started in the 80s and 90s.
Yes, it did.
So that's what we were talking about. It's like, well, when did it start? What really is diet culture? Because we were talking about, like, the Slim Fast, and we were talking about Jenny Craig, and we were talking about Weight Watchers.
Which, by the way, does anybody know that Jenny Craig still exists?
Yeah, she still exists, guys.
Apparently.
And she has her own food line.
Yeah.
It's in the stores.
I had no idea.
We looked it up.
Yeah.
And
Katie told us.
And Katie did tell us. But we realized that, like, all these places, what they were trying to do, they weren't trying to create diet culture. These places were literally just trying to create diet plans.
Yeah.
Food plans for people. Yeah. Because we all know if it's planned for us, most of the time we do it.
Yeah.
Because it takes the headspace out of it.
Yes. So we were actually talking about what constitutes diet. A diet,
yeah.
Because there are two different words, and we talked about this on the episode with Dr. Monkhouse also, that there is a difference between a diet, like what you eat,
right,
and a diet, with quotation marks, which is what you don't eat.
Correct.
So it's very, like, it's the same word, but two different things, two different meanings.
And I think that's, like, the problem is that it has two different meanings, and then in diet,
and it's the exact same word.
Yes, and diet culture itself, the phrase,
yeah,
also has different meanings.
Yes,
so it's very confusing.
It is very confusing
to keep it straight because there is diet culture that says, from the magazines and the movies and anything that you look at, it's like, you have to be small. You have to just eat some greens.
Those infomercials that you would see when you would stay home from school sick, and then those would be playing, and there would be actors and actresses that were endorsing these products.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, I want to look like them.
Well, and
so I'm going to buy this.
Those people that looked like them, like, they were getting fucking,
Are you feeling a little sluggish? Little lack of protein? Little lack of caffeine? Well, we got the fix for that.
That's right. Dive Bar Nutrition has the best protein bars. They have caffeine, protein, and they taste delicious.
So head on over to divebarnutrition.com and use code OSLP at checkout.
What is Sequence?
Well, Sequence is an at-home weight loss program. All you have to do is take the quiz, meet your clinician, get your prescription, and you're already on the way to a healthier you. I know when I felt hopeless with my regain, I joined right away.
And I saw great results with Kel, so guess what? I joined. So go over to joinsequence.com right now, use OSLP, and you're going to get a discount.
I know I didn't have enough support during my weight loss journey.
She didn't. And when we found the tribe, we were over the moon, because not only do they offer you at least one support group a day, but they give you the tools and the knowledge to really succeed on your journey.
That's right. So go over to thesleevedietitian.com and find the subscribe button for the tribe and use OSLP to get your discount.
What is it called? Like, when they take all the blemishes away and, like...
Oh, airbrushed.
They're being airbrushed.
Yeah.
Stretch marks were being airbrushed. Your freckles were being airbrushed. They would tighten in your face a little bit, tighten in your tummy a little bit. So, a lot of the things that we saw in the 90s and the early 2000s...
The after photos.
They weren't real.
They weren't real.
They weren't real. And those weren't really what they fucking looked like. And I think that what makes me the most pissed about diet culture, because you're selling us fake fucking shit.
Well, that's exactly what diet culture is.
Fucked up.
It's all fake, because if you think about it, diet culture is also light, sugar free.
Oh yes, fat free.
Diet cola, diet Pepsi, whatever. Like, it's all fake.
Yeah,
like, it's all fake sugar. And I'm not saying that fake sugar is like a bad thing, because some people really love it. I can't stand it. I can't stand the taste.
It's the aftertaste of it.
It tastes like hairspray. It's so gross. It's so nasty. But it's all a lie. Every aspect of it is a lie. And and I'm not saying that people didn't lose weight on it.
No, they did.
They did. They lost weight. But as soon as you stop, you gain it all back.
Yeah, because what we've learned with having bariatric surgery and going through our journeys, it's not all about the diet that you're eating. It's the habits.
It's the habits.
So they didn't teach you habits.
No, they're just saying, take this pill and it'll make you skinny.
Yeah.
Eat this food and it'll make you skinny.
Yeah, because we were actually talking about hydroxycut.
That was the one. And I actually have a funny story for us.
Well, because that one was a wild one. Because we had a friend that he was a dude that took it.
Yes.
And he dropped a lot of weight really quickly. But this is also when ephedrine was in it?
Yeah, I think it was ephedrine.
Something like that.
It was something that wasn't like
it
good
makes your heart go really fast and it can really hurt it.
Yeah.
Because it happened to him. He went to the hospital. They told him that he was having like heart murmurs or whatever.
Yeah.
And you better stop fucking taking these pills.
Yeah. They're not good for you.
He just didn't want to be big anymore. And he wasn't. He got real tiny.
He did get real tiny.
He used to be like a 2X and he got all the way down to a fucking medium.
Yeah.
But his heart was having problems and he was a football player. So it was like it was very scary situation. But look, like even dudes get insecure about their bodies just as much as we do.
Well, because everybody can.
Yeah.
It doesn't, humans.
We're humans.
And humans just want to look like everybody else.
Well, and we want to look good, feel good.
Yeah.
We want people to notice us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what it is. Mm-hmm. So my funny story.
Yes.
Oh, well, it's not funny, but it's related to this. So back when I was with my ex-husband, like very, very early on, I think we were together. I was still living with Kristen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very early.
In that apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided, I was in the store one day and I went down the diet pill aisle because I was getting tired of being big.
Yeah.
And I bought these all natural diet pills. They weren't called diet pills, but it was something else, but it was all natural.
Oh, weight loss supplement?
A weight loss supplement.
Is that what it was called?
I don't know. I don't know what it was called.
That's how they get around it. A lot of it. Yeah.
Yes. So I decided to buy these, right? And I'm taking them. And I go on a date with my ex-husband. And I start freaking out. Like, anxiety to the max.
Oh.
I was like, he's going to leave me. He's going to break up with me. Like, that's where my brain was going. My heart was going super fast.
Fuck.
Like, and the only thing I could think of was I took these diet pills. Mm-hmm. And as soon as I stopped taking them and they wore off, didn't have those feelings anymore.
Holy shit.
Like, it was an intense, like, my life is going to fall apart.
Yeah.
And I still remember the feeling of just total freak out.
Like total panic.
Yeah. And I remember being at the mini golf place at
I'll say, where were you?
Texas
Roadhouse. At the Best Little Roadhouse.
Best Little Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had gone on a putting date.
Yep.
And I, like, throughout the whole thing was like, oh, he doesn't like me anymore. He's going to break up with me. Like, all these thoughts. And, I mean,
at that point in time, he did like you.
He did like me.
He fell in love with you.
Yes.
You guys had got married and were good together for a very long time.
Well, we weren't good together, but
I didn't say happily for me.
Yeah, we weren't happily.
I just said we were together.
We were together, and we thought we loved each other.
Yes.
Well, that's how we'll frame that.
There you go.
Thought we loved each other. But I remember that feeling so deeply in my soul.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is that? Like, that to me is diet culture.
Yeah.
Like, if you have to remove, and it was basically like, it was a plan. Like, you drank coffee in the morning, you had like an apple for lunch, and then you had like this sensible meal, which the sensible meal was fine. It's the fact that I had to take everything out of my diet.
Yeah, to eat.
To be skinny.
Yeah.
Like, that's essentially what a diet culture is. Mm-hmm. I don't believe, like, in the beginning, I was very, like, Weight Watchers is very diet culture, but it wasn't Weight Watchers themselves.
No, it was everything surrounding it.
Well, it was what I made it to be.
That's true. We have our own preconceptions.
We do. Yeah. And my preconception was, okay, I need to eat as little as possible. Mm-hmm. I need to save all my points. Because what if I want to go out to dinner? What if I want to have a drink? What if I want to have a soda? So I would eat as little as possible. So there's the reason why I lost weight on it and why it didn't work.
Right.
Because I wasn't utilizing it as the platform that it was trying to be. It was trying to say, you get these points.
And you use them throughout the day.
You don't starve yourself.
Correct. Because you can see what some of these were trying to do. They were trying to make a plan that would work for you.
Correct.
And point system, I enjoy a point system. It makes it more simple. Mm-hmm. You don't have to calculate everything. Like, we all know, if you've tracked your macros before. Macros before, sorry.
Micros?
Micros are the tiny things.
Tiny things.
Whatever.
Yeah.
If you've ever tracked any of that shit before, you know how hard it can be.
Yep.
And exhausting it can be, or mentally challenging it can be. But if I know that, like, hey, my meal over here is 5 points and I get 10 and I have 10 more, cool. Yeah. I feel accomplished. I feel like I have an over 8. I feel like I'm doing the things right. So I understood what they were doing because my mom was on that for a while.
Oh yeah. I feel like
so many people have done it and it works. It's just like learning the habits is the next step.
Yeah.
But I think because of the Kardashians and, like, what do they do? Endorse the Hydro Cut.
Yeah, the Hydroxy Cut was endorsed by the Kardashians at one point. Yep. I remember seeing the commercials and Kim Kardashian being on the bottle.
Yeah.
Or on the packaging.
Or something, yeah.
And it's just like, well, of course they're on it. They have the money and the time to hire trainers, to have a cook their food.
And they really didn't need those pills.
No.
They probably didn't take any of that.
Well, and it's the same thing with all of these GLP-1s and all these actors and actresses taking this medication. Mm-hmm. It's not for them.
It's not.
It's
for the average Joe.
It's for the people that are seriously struggling with their weight. And I'm not saying every actor and actress doesn't struggle with their weight because
they're people too.
They're humans. Yeah. But when you think about it, it's like, there is a very clear difference of healthy diets, of adding the foods in that you need to live that make you healthy. And then there is another way of a diet that is only focused on what you're taking out.
Correct.
And I love that Jamie says this because I believe it, that all foods fit.
Yeah, they
just
have their place
not
and time.
all the time.
Yeah. It's always a place and time situation. That can go on for anything in your life too. Like you can have alcohol, place and time. You can have the sweets, place and time. Like you can go to the concerts, just don't go every day, place and time. Like, everything is in moderation.
Everything is in moderation.
Nothing was meant to be done 100% every single day.
Yeah. And
it would be wild.
Completely. Something that we had talked about with when we were sitting here talking about this episode was the fact that we were taught in school that there was a pyramid of food.
And it's wrong.
Well, it's wrong, first off. But second off, we were taught that there was this pyramid. And at the very top was fried sugar, all of these foods that were like minimum, right? And then as you go down, it gets bigger. And the bottom, it's the proteins.
Right.
Right?
I think
no, I think that was the veggies at the bottom.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I might have to look it up. Anyways, so it was this big thing, right? That they taught you, they were trying to teach good eating habits.
Correct.
And then you would leave your class and you would go to lunch and you would get your plate of pizza and your French fries.
Yep. Oh, and then don't forget that carton of milk that you're not going to drink.
Oh yeah, I literally, or chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
Let's add the chocolate milk onto that.
Yep.
Okay. But don't forget the little cup of mandarin oranges.
Oh my God, I remember that.
Yeah, I love mandarin oranges.
Too.
I really do.
I eat those every time.
But when you look at it as a meal, you're teaching kids only eat these things in moderation. But every day you're served hamburgers, pizza, fries, burritos, Taco Bell burritos. Nothing that they like. It's one of those things like do as I say, not as I do. And I look back at that and I'm like, well, no wonder we're all obsessed with fried food and sugar and all these things. Like you go to the freaking vending machine and I would buy a Nutty Bar every day.
Yeah. Yeah. I would get a wild cherry Pepsi and one Taco Bell burrito.
Yep. And I would get a Pepsi, Nutty Bar, and a Taco Bell burrito.
Yep.
So how could we not?
Well, yeah, because they're literally like, oh, this is what you should do, but we're not going to do it.
No.
Like, literally, they shoved it in our faces and said, eat this. Hopefully that works.
Hopefully this will not make you fat.
Yeah. Like, it's ridiculous.
And some kids could eat it every single day and not gain a pound.
Yeah.
But then there's us.
That definitely do.
You gain. Your system, some systems are, all systems are not set up to eat like that all the time.
No.
But then no wonder we would go home and when we would have our home cooked meal, say meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and broccoli.
Yeah.
No wonder we didn't want it.
Yeah, because we're like, oh, I want pizza.
I want pizza. I want hamburgers. I want to go to McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell. Like, of course, as kids, we wanted that, right?
Absolutely.
So then if you fast forward.
We're in our 20s now.
You're in your 20s. You have a job, hopefully. You can drive. You can make your own decisions.
And what are you going to go to? The same things you've been fucking taught your whole life. Fast food. It's quick and easy. Go get it.
Yeah.
Like, you've been fed this. Your brain wants it.
Yep.
We're learning now that they put shit in your food so you can, remember it, feel good about it, and go get it again.
Yep. It's that dopamine hit.
Yep.
And it is so fucking frustrating.
It makes me angry.
It does make me angry because then you're in your 20s, you're gaining weight because your metabolism's slowing down if you don't have a good metabolism. And you're trying to figure out what to do. You're trying to figure out what to eat. So, of course, why don't I just take a pill?
Oh, yeah.
Or cut everything out of my diet and then I'll lose weight?
Yeah, because really what we've seen, what diet cultures have done to young women and young men is they're starving themselves. They're becoming bulimic. They're doing juicing at like 12, 13 years old, which is fucking crazy to me. Like hearing some of the people that we talk to on the daily basis that we interview, and they're like, yeah, I've been on a diet since I was like 10. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I was a big kid my whole life, but I was never on a diet that young.
No.
That was not how that worked. So it was just like, damn. Like, it
And
really affects families differently and people differently.
It does.
And it's just frustrating to see that, like, they're also putting out fake pictures of people. Mm-hmm. Like, it was a whole thing. I remember that movement. I remember when I watched The Good Place. And I was very excited because
I remember this.
Yeah. What is her name?
I don't remember her name. I haven't watched that show in so long.
So it's motherfucker.
It's fine.
I want to look it up so bad. Okay. But on The Good Place, they decided that they were just going to shoot it real. And they didn't airbrush anybody. Mm-hmm. And so you could see stretch marks. Mm-hmm. You could see any blemishes on their chests, their arms. And I was like, yes! Thank fucking God. Women have stretch marks. Mm-hmm. Women also have stretch marks without even having babies. So that's not even a fucking baby
my
thing.
body is filled with stretch marks.
Sometimes you're just born that way where, like, you're like electricity.
Your elasticity.
Yeah, it's just different than other people. So, like, or if you grow at a rapid rate. I've seen this in men. I feel so bad for men sometimes because they just get tall too quickly.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You guys, like, all of a sudden you'll go through a spurt of, like, 4 inches. And what does that do? You get stretch marks on your shoulders.
Well, that's why I have stretch marks on the back of my arms. Of your arms. Because my arms grew.
Yep.
And I grew faster than my body could keep up with.
Yeah.
And I have stretch marks.
So, like, we need to show that more.
Yeah.
Because it's real.
Target does it.
I know.
Target.
We saw that recently.
They have plus size. They have stretch marks. They have blemishes. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
I love what they do for that reason because we're actually showing real people.
Yes.
It's not these airbrushed size 2 models that everybody aspires to be.
I know, because, like, I wish I knew the history on it, because we went from where, like, Marilyn Monroe was actually a size 10.
Yeah, she was,
like, or 12
she was considered plus size
she was
at that
considered
time.
Plus size just because she was in
size
double
10
digits.
Is not plus size.
Fuck your faces.
Yeah.
But we went from that to all of a sudden Twiggy, which is a model.
Yep.
And she was, like, bones.
Skin and bones.
Skin and bones. And it stayed that was the idea for a very long time.
That was the ideal body form.
Yep. And it's like, that's not even a woman, though. Like, a woman has curves. People have, like, you have, like...
Well, not always. I don't have curves.
I think you have curves.
I do not have curves.
I mean,
don't lie to me.
You don't have curves like me, but you still have curves.
I like straight up a nick.
Yeah, but you look like a woman.
Well, I would hope so with these boobs.
See? Curves in her boobs.
I have boobs.
But they also didn't have boobs, though. Twiggy didn't have boobs.
No.
She got little guys.
But also
but
in that era, it was you drank at night. Yeah. You smoked cigarettes all day and you didn't eat.
You didn't eat. There was actually I've said it before on the podcast, there's a comedian, an older lady that would only eat Tic Tacs. She would, smoke, drink, Tic Tacs.
Yep.
She would literally, during dinners, they would watch her and she would just be like, no, I'm not hungry. I'm good. She'd just pop a Tic Tac. And that's what she did. It's like, holy shit.
Yep.
Like the things that people will do to make sure they look good. Mm-hmm. They're not realizing, like, the whole skinny fat thing, like, is real.
It is.
You can have the internal.
You can be skinny.
But the internal's so fucked.
Be very unhealthy.
On the inside.
And you can also be, and we talked about this with Dr. Monkhouse also, you can also be obese and still be healthy.
Yeah. It's just like, when is the tilt going to happen? Because,
yeah.
like, when I went in for surgery, I was super fucking healthy. Because I was so scared about not being healthy.
Well, you had good blood work. Mm-hmm. You had no comorbidities. Nope. You were in the eyes of your records.
Yeah.
You were healthy than your size.
Correct. My BMI was a 40. So obviously it's time to, because I was 308 pounds on a 5'5" frame, which is a lot of weight, guys.
It is a lot of weight on your small frame.
That is the deal, is like, if I didn't take the plunge and go in and, like, get shit done, I bet right now, 8 years later, I would be in pain. I'd probably have diabetes, high blood pressure, and some sort of heart disease, because that runs rampant in my family. Mm-hmm. So it's like, me and Matt had to do something.
Well, you did.
And that was like the point where it's like, fuck this. Mm-hmm. Because we've been taught our whole lives, like, all the eating habits. Mm-hmm. I've seen women be tiny, and in my head I was just like, it's never in the cards for me. Mm-hmm. And I even feel like that even to this day, that I'll never be tiny, because my frame is not meant to be tiny.
Your frame is not meant to be this little stick thin.
Yeah.
No, it's you have thighs, you have butt, you have boobs, you got some hips. Like your frame, and that's something else is like they never taught us that our frame makes a difference.
No. Why were we not taught that?
You're skinny, and you're perfect. Or you're fat and you need to lose weight. And you need to take these pills.
You're gross, you're lazy.
You need to do this juicing diet. You need to only, eat 2 pieces of fruit throughout the day. Like the military diet.
I've tried it.
I
did it.
I mean,
with the 1 egg and I did that for 5 days. Mm-hmm. I passed on the grapefruit because I really fucking hate grapefruit.
Oh, see, I really like grapefruit.
So I had an orange instead.
Oh, okay. But I mean, like,
hopefully that works.
That is diet culture.
Yep.
Juicing.
Yep.
Diet culture. If you are only drinking juice, there is a problem.
Yeah, like the Bella twins. I don't know if everybody knows who the Bella twins are. I know you do.
Yeah.
So the Bella twins, before they had to do the WrestleMania, you actually hear one of the Bella twins go, "Are you going to eat that? Because we're going to be on show in like 2 days." And she's like, and Nikki was like, it's food. She's like, you should be juicing. I don't want you to be up there looking like that. We can't look like that. And that was like early 2000s. And they were juicing like crazy. And she got her sister Nikki to juice for a couple days. And she's like, fuck this shit. I'm a human. I need food. And that's real. Like the fact that even in entertainment world, and it really affects the entertainment world even more, I think, for women, because you think, oh, I need to drop this weight quickly. What can I do? Oh, I can take the pills. I can juice. I can starve myself. Like
I'll just smoke cigarettes all day,
whatever, to keep me busy so I don't eat myself, And it's just sad that it still extends. Like I even have a story about mom. So mom came over last week, and my mom has been referred to have gastric bypass because she has GERD so fucking bad. She's in pain almost every fucking day. So they finally realize, okay, this procedure will help you. But before she tells me that, she hands me this pamphlet and goes, would you take these? And I was like, what? What do you mean? I'm like, did someone prescribe this to you? And she's like, no. I bought these.
Okay.
And I wanted your advice on should I take these?
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. So I'm starting reading the pamphlet. And it's the same fucking verbiage of all the diet pills and all the things helping with gut health and liver health and like
gut health is just our new wave of
right. They're just masking it differently. And I just looked at her calmly and I was like, have you talked to your doctor about this? And she's like, no. And I was like, I think you should take this pamphlet to your doctor. And if they say it's okay, then yes. But I was like, I do not feel comfortable at all for you taking this or myself. I wouldn't take this when 100% would not do it. But the fact that my mom is 59 years old, that is what diet culture has done to her, is that she still feels there's a fix out there that is just a pill that will help her instead of getting a procedure that we all know will help her. And I told her that straight. I was like, I'm not trying to be mean. If you got the R&Y, your GERD would go away fucking completely.
Yeah, it would.
And she's like, I know, that's what they keep saying. And I was like, and I sent her the video of us with Dr. Dovak of the R&Y because she's very scared. And I told her, I was like, I don't want you to be worried. You've already had your gallbladder removed. So it's less chances on that. Like it's so much easier now. And if me and Kel could go back, we've said this before, we would get the R&Y.
Oh, I would have. Hands down. I was just so scared. Right? That it was more involved. And I was like, no, I don't need that. And
it's like, no. Some people do. And you had GERD.
I had GERD. Thankfully, once I started losing weight again, my GERD is under control again.
It normally does.
Yeah.
Because it's all that acid and the things that are going on. But it's like, I just feel for people in that generation. Yeah. Because they got hit hard with diet culture.
Oh, for sure.
Always being told that you're ugly if you're fat. You have to starve yourself. You have to do these things to be skinny. And now it still sticks with them.
Oh, yeah.
Even to this day. And I'm just like, Mom, they fucking got you.
Yeah.
They got you again. Because she'll bring over pills all the time. I'm like, stop. I actually had to tell them, like, please stop buying these things.
Yeah. They're not good for you. They're not doing anything. It actually makes it 10 times worse because you're messing with your system.
Yeah.
And every time, and we've talked about this, is like you will start a weight loss pill or program, whatever. You lose weight. Then you stop.
Yeah.
Then you actually go up more past what you were before, and it will continue. That's why you continually gain weight.
I believe, was it Dr. Eric that explained
I feel like it was Dr. Eric.
Yeah, because he was saying like what actually happens to your body chemistry and why it
might have been Dr. Lydia too.
Oh, that could have. Lydia Alexander. You guys haven't listened to the episode.
That's one of the best episodes.
One of the best episodes, hands down, 2-parter, but a really great resource because they go, what I like about the doctors that we talk to, they go over why things happen and why they need to be that way. Because diet culture just gives you a pamphlet, some pills, an infomercial. And even when I was looking up hydroxycut today, it still says it's the #1 selling weight loss drug. I think you're wrong. 2, that, don't worry. It's guaranteed
60 days back money guarantee. Money back guarantee, I think is what it said.
Right? And it's like, okay.
No.
You guys have had the same special, I think, the whole time you've existed. And that's how you know it's a scam. Like, not that it's a scam, but it's just not going to work.
It's not going to work. And here's the thing. If you don't want to get surgery, that is totally fine.
Prerogative.
That is your prerogative. But it is proven that it is putting obesity into remission. These pills, these diet drinks, these, let's say, pouch resets, all of these things that seem so much easier.
Yeah.
There's a reason because they're easier.
Well, and I want to point out, because people are always like, well, celebrities are tiny, or the buff guys for the superheroes and whatnot. But again, remember, they have a team. They have a team and they do it for a short time. Correct. And what I'd like to point out about this team, even football players have a team of coaches. So do all the sports legacies have that. There's a reason why me and Kelly keep saying you need to ask for help, and you need multiple fucking people to help you. You need an actual team.
You need a team.
You do need a team around you. And you need to have your dietitian, your surgeon, your therapist, support from family and friends. There's a reason why you should surround yourself with these kind of people so you can elevate yourself. There's a reason why these guys are the best of the best, because they do the fucking work and they've asked for help, and they go to everyone. They're not caring about what fucking Dave says down the road about his looks. They're like, fuck Dave. I have a trainer.
Yeah.
I'm doing to do what the fuck the trainer says, because Dave's got a pop belly and he can't see his dick for the last 10 years.
Oh
so
my God.
we're not going to do that. We need to listen to the fucking professionals.
And that's where we went. Okay, cool. That's where we went. Awesome.
We had to, because these people just make these fucking judgments that have,
they do.
They have no education. They don't do fucking research, and they just anger me and Cal. They just really do.
Is it me and you, or is it just, I mean, I feel like it's a lot of you.
It is a lot of me.
It's a lot of you
and
there.
People's judgments and their little critiques fuck with me.
Mel doesn't like to be told what to do.
I don't. Because you know who I listen to? Professionals. Professional can tell me what to do all day long. I thoroughly respect their education, what they've done for themselves. And I listen to the doctors to a T. There's a reason why I did really well in the beginning for the first couple of years, because I followed it to the fucking book.
You're still doing really well.
I'm still doing really well. Yes. Thank you. It's I just don't realize it sometimes.
It wasn't just the first couple of years.
That's true.
You're 8 years out.
Yeah. See what happens when you just, that's why I get mad, because follow the fucking shit.
Just follow the fucking shit. And I want to know if you guys have any diet culture stories.
Yeah.
Because I'd really be interested in hearing them. I know Mel would be too. Yeah. So if you want to email those to us, we have a contact us button on the oursleevelifepodcast.com, or you can email it to us at kellyanmel@oursleevelifepodcast.com.
That's right.
Because I feel strongly that diet culture, it's like this mixed up thing that nobody can quite make sense of.
Yep.
And I think if we focus, so one of our interviews said nutrient dense, not nutrient dense. And so I try to think of it like that instead of good, bad, not allowed, allowed, all of those words that we like to use. But I think it all boils down to, is it our diet, what we eat, or is it what we're removing?
Correct.
Diet. And I think that's what it boils down to, is that's the whole concept of diet culture, is what are you removing?
Mm-hmm. And if you're removing something, you need to think twice.
Well, I think there's a way of removing something in a strategic way. Mm-hmm. And I think there's a way of removing something in a, what's the word? In a sometimes basis.
Yeah.
Versus, and I think that's when it becomes a normal diet.
Right. So when you're not restricted.
When you're not restricted. Yeah. Because I think in my brain, I always compared restriction with diet culture, Weight Watchers, pills, any of that stuff. But I think it was because that was my concept of it, instead of actually doing the research of saying, well, what does Weight Watcher, what do they recommend?
What do they actually recommend?
What are they trying to do?
Yeah.
Because what they're trying to do is make us all healthy.
Yep.
And if staying on Weight Watchers for the rest of your life because you can track all your points makes you healthy, then do it.
Yeah.
But don't focus at it's not a competition about who can eat the least amount of food.
I think that's what people kind of do.
Yeah, that's what I think diet culture is. Who can be the best at eating the least amount of food.
You hear it be like, well, I only had one meal today. Good for you.
Yeah, I always say, I haven't eaten yet today.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, that's cool, because you're trying to act like that's better than me because I actually had 2 meals today. And it's 4:00 in the afternoon.
Having 3 solid meals in a day, that's fucking normal.
Yeah.
As long as you're not eating a plate of donuts for one meal and eating a whole pizza in the other. If you're having 3 solid meals where you have protein, a healthy carb, and veggies, or fruit or whatever, and you're pairing that with something like a donut, or you go out to dinner and have a drink, or, there's a way of pairing things together to make them healthy, to make them not diet culture.
Yes.
But I think if you are doing a pouch reset, pills, juicing, any of those, that is diet culture, and you need to get that out of your brain.
Yeah. Go get your
I don't know how we can, but we got to figure out how to get rid of diet culture.
Go to findabariatrictherapist.com, type in your zip code, and get
Start
one.
Therapy immediately.
Because diet culture has fucked with us enough, and they don't deserve any more time and airspace, and you guys need to help yourselves.
And headspace.
We're
giving them so much headspace because we think that the version that they think we should be is the version that we should be.
Correct.
And in reality, it's not. It's who you are, who you're healthy being. That is what really matters, not what others perceive your life to be.
Couldn't say it any better, girl.
All right, let's end it there.
All right. So, you know the drill. JBY is around the fucking corner, 12 days from this.
JBYAwards.com.
Yes, go there right now and get your tickets. If you can't go, register for the live stream, and it's free. That's right. Free digital swag bag that even your friends, families, dogs can have. We don't care. Send it to them. As long as they have an email, send it on over. Click the link so that way you can be ready to go.
Yeah, put it in your stories on social media. Hand out the link to whoever you want. We really want everybody to have access to this great digital swag bag.
Yes.
All right.
All right, guys.
We love you guys, and we will see you next time.